Most people think debt covenants are just legal paperwork. They're actually the invisible leash that transforms lenders into shadow board members. When a corporation borrows billions, the lender doesn't just hand over cash and walk away. Instead, they embed themselves into the company's decision-making apparatus through a mechanism called debt covenants, contractual clauses that dictate what the borrower can and cannot do. These aren't suggestions. They're enforceable restrictions that can trigger immediate loan default, bankruptcy, or forced asset sales if violated. The standard narrative is straightforward. Covenants protect lenders. A bank loans $500 million to a retailer, so the bank demands the retailer maintain a certain debt-to-equity ratio, keep cash reserves above a floor, or avoid selling core assets without permission. It sounds reasonable. It sounds like risk management. But here's where the picture fractures. That retailer's CEO can't suddenly pivot into e-commerce without the lender's approval, can't acquire a competitor, can't spin off a division, can't even pay dividends if cash flow dips below a threshold. The lender has veto power over strategy, not through ownership, but through debt. This is where the system becomes a feedback loop. When a company is thriving, covenants sit dormant, invisible constraints. But the moment earnings soften, the covenant ceiling gets closer. Lenders grow nervous. They tighten credit terms or demand higher interest. The company, now under pressure, cuts long-term investments to hit short-term metrics. This makes the situation worse, not better. Take a company that breaches a covenant, say, leverage ratio climbs above the permitted threshold. Technically, the loan is in default. The lender can demand immediate repayment of the entire outstanding balance. Most companies can't, so they negotiate a waiver or amendment. But waivers aren't free. They come with higher rates, additional fees, and stricter covenants going forward. Here's the real mechanism. Covenants don't just protect lenders. They control companies. They eliminate strategic flexibility. They force management to optimize for debt metrics, not growth, not innovation, not long-term value. A company in covenant tightness becomes reactive, defensive, hollowed out. And here's the deeper layer. Lenders know this. They design covenants to be tight enough to matter, but loose enough to seem reasonable at signing. They are betting on the company's success, but only to the point where the lender can extract value. If the company gets too successful, it might pay down debt and escape the covenant cage. If it struggles, the lender has leverage to extract concessions, equity stakes, or board seats. This is why so many companies end up trapped in debt cycles. They borrow to fund growth, but the covenants prevent the aggressive moves that growth requires. They refinance to ease pressure, but refinancing locks in higher rates and tighter terms. Each cycle tightens the noose. The ultra-wealthy and large institutional investors understand this dynamic intimately. They use debt covenants not as a safety mechanism, but as a control mechanism, a way to steer companies toward decisions that benefit creditors, not shareholders or stakeholders. It's wealth extraction dressed up as risk management. The system was predictable. Anyone studying the mechanics of leverage in the 1990s and 2000s saw it coming. Companies loaded with debt and strangled by covenants would either consolidate into fewer, larger players or collapse. We watched it happen repeatedly, in retail, in energy, in telecom. And the pattern continues. Debt covenants remain one of the least visible but most powerful tools for concentrating control and wealth. They sit in thousands of contracts, reshaping corporate behavior in real time, invisible to most people, but felt by every employee, supplier, and customer of a company operating under their weight. This video is for educational and informational purposes only and is not financial advice. Always do your own research. Subscribe to track the next financial architecture that shapes wealth and power before it becomes common knowledge. This video is for educational and informational purposes only and is not financial advice. Always do your own research.